There are 6 athletes in 5 distinct roles on board an F50 in SailGP. Strategist, driver, wing trimmer, flight controller and 2 grinders who make up the crew. Let's take a look at the role of the driver.
So I'm here with Rugi Tita, driver of the Italian team. Rugi, can you talk to me, I guess, like what is the number one thing about being a driver on an F50?
I think the communication is something very, very important. You have to be sure that everyone on board is on the same page.
And there's different points around a racetrack, which I imagine as a driver you've got to be thinking about different things. So if we start at the beginning of a race, in a start, what are you doing as a driver to set yourself up?
So basically I'm listening the comms that comes either from the booth or from the strategist, from the grinders on the time to kill. I'm trying to put all this information together and take the best decision for the boat.
As a driver, I guess, how hard is it to be able to position your F50 where you want?
It's not easy, but it's quite of an agile boat, so you can go...
Put it where you want.
Yeah, exactly. Sharp turns and try to adjust it easily. But of course, in the middle of the fleet, it's not that easy.
All right, should we head up to have a look at where you actually drive an F50?
Let's go.
So this is your wheel. This is where you sit when you're driving an F50. You have the strategist behind you. It looks pretty basic, but there's a few little buttons on there. Can you talk us through it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty basic, but once you are sailing, it's not. We have few controls, but they are very, very important. So we have the 2 twist grips that control the leeward brake of the board. We use it in the transition, or when the flight controller is not on board, we go for 3-person up.
It must be quite hard when the flight controller's flying and then it's your job to fly and then you got to pass it over to get that coordination.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not an easy one. For the few seconds that I'm flying the boat, I'm like, please, Andre, come back quick. No, but apart from that, it's great to learn how to fly and steer together.
Yeah.
You have to coordinate the two things.
And now you've got these 2 little arrow things. So what does, I guess, the right-hand side do?
Yeah, so we have 10 buttons that can be mapped as we want. Basically, on the right side, we use the rudders, the position. So the top and bottom one are the rudder average. Then we use the differential. Differential is what we use to generate righting moment from the winglets. And those can be mapped differently, but we use max differential, neutral differential, and max differential opposite.
So what that means is that when you're all sitting on this side of the boat, this foil is pulling the boat down, like putting more people, and the other other rudder on the other side is helping lift the boat up. So that helps you basically go faster. And then on the other side, what do you have?
And on the other side, I'm trying to figure it out still, but for the moment I'm using the cant, which with this new T-foils, it's something that is getting more and more important.
Yeah, so the foils at the front of the boat, the dagger boards, they are mostly important for lifting the boat out of the water. When you say cant, it's how wide the foil is, and that helps give you grip to the surface.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the wheel quite loaded? Like, is it a heavy wheel or is it a light wheel? Or it changes?
It depends. Yeah, it depends a lot on the settings of the boat, but normally I would say it's kind of a heavy wheel.
And when you're maneuvering in a pre-start and the boat is in the water and not foiling, do you have to really whip the wheel around?
It really depends on the speed, because if you are slow, you have to turn the wheel even a full spin a time. But if you are quick, of course, small movements will give you much more steering.
I guess it's like when you're reversing your car, you're going full wheel lock each way, and then when you're driving down the highway, you can almost drive with one hand.
When you fly the boat, you kind of try to decouple your hands. One is driving and the other one is flying, so you're basically driving with one hand, the other one is used to fly the boat.
And you've also got some pedals down here. What do those pedals do?
Yeah, we have 2 foot buttons, and basically with those 2 foot buttons we control the foil, the board
lifting
up and
it up
board
and down. Yeah. You've had to learn how to sail an F50, the last couple of months. I guess, what has been sort of like the biggest thing that you have had to learn? Is it the style of the F50 racing, like the 12 boats, really short races, Is it having to lead a team? Like, what for you, I guess, has been the biggest step up?
Yeah, of course. I think the communication for me has been one of the biggest challenge, and the way to communicate with the team and to really lead the team around the race course is something that it's very, very important. It's key in this sport.
And I guess like you don't have a lot of time to communicate because things are happening so fast. So as a driver, you have to know what to say and when to say it, that it's going to like everyone's going to know what it means.
Yeah, exactly. We have been working quite a lot on our playbook and which word to use in every situation.
Lots of code words.
We have too many.
Too many code words.
No, but of course it's a learning process. We keep on learning and keep on updating our list of words.
I guess when everybody's coming into a gate mark together and some people turning left, some people are turning right, so you have to give room to some people, you have to ask for room. It must get pretty hectic.
Yeah, of course. But what I was used to look at the SailGP on TV. I haven't missed any event since so many years. And sometimes what you see on the TV, they say, oh, okay, they take decision and then but the decision that you take and you realize then on the TV has to be taken so much in advance once you are in the boat, and you have to put together all the 6 guys on board and prepare some guys to leeward to throw the maneuver. So it needs a lot of anticipation. This is key of this racing events.
Most of the time things are going well, but as a driver, do you know when things are going bad? Like, I guess we see these big nosedives on the television or the foil outs. When you're holding the wheel, does it feel like there's just no grip anymore? Or what is it like? Do you know when it's going wrong, or all of a sudden there's just water all in your face?
Most of the time you know that something will go wrong. Of course you kind of realize it from how the maneuver starts. But yeah, I think the most important thing is to reset. Even when we crash or there's no damage to the guys or to the boat, just to reset, focus again and try to do the best performance from this point.
And in a pre-start, you obviously have to line everything up. We were talking about it before, but in a pre-start, I guess we always talk about how important the start is, obviously trying to hit the line at go with speed. How hard is it to actually line everything up to execute a perfect start?
It's a long process. It comes from the entry, what we call entry now, once we pass below the line, and then we set up at the wall at the bottom of the box, and yeah, then we tack and try to find a strategy to come through. Always there are boats that have different strategies and different plans. Some they are in advance, some they come from behind with speed. So yeah, every time it changes. But on the other side, we rely quite a lot on the windscreen, which sometimes provides perfect information, and sometimes they are influenced by the current or by other factors that we cannot take in account. And that comes back the feeling of the sailor, not to be at the right time, on the right spot.
So I guess as a driver, you've got to be really good at communicating. You've got to have good feel as driving the wheel. You've got to be good at processing a lot of information and making decisions. So you've got quite a bit on to do as a driver, but do you really enjoy it?
Absolutely, yeah. Always, when I go away on the Sunday night, I can't wait. As I say myself, why I want to do 2 more hours of sailing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking me through the role of the driver and everything you do out on the racetrack. It was good to hear, and good for everyone at home to learn a little bit more about the behind the scenes on the wheel.
Thank you.
We've got plenty more explainers on our SailGP YouTube channel, so don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.